Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to share a truth that we all know too well. Life isn't fair. We've all faced moments of injustice, setbacks, and obstacles that seem insurmountable. But here's the key. Acknowledging that life isn't fair is not an excuse to sit back and do nothing. On the contrary, it's a call to action. When life throws challenges your way, you have two choices. You can let them defeat you, or you can rise above them. You have to take action to carve out your own path and to create the life you deserve. It's time to stop waiting for fairness and start making your own opportunities. You have the power within you to overcome, to thrive, and to succeed, no matter the circumstances. They'll utilize you if you're not disciplined and able to control your emotions. It runs on autopilot, much like God's. You know, I really enjoy reading James Allen's book, As a Man Thinketh. He compares the mind to a garden in his example. Weeds don't need any encouragement to grow, you know. There's no need to water them. They do not require sunlight. It's not necessary for them to have rich soil. They'll spread out through the sidewalk's cracks. Do I have this right? However, there are specific steps you must take if you wish to produce orchids, roses, or any other type of exotic flower. By the same token, you don't have to push or encourage yourself to feel guilty, beat yourself up over it, hate someone, think badly, be miserable, or wish for vengeance. That doesn't require any effort on your part. Your thoughts are operating automatically. That will happen on its own. However, you must be willing to go against the grain if you want to start living a happy, prosperous, and healthy life and start moving toward your own personal greatness. You must be prepared to use your willpower to assert your authority over this situation, despite the circumstances. I refuse to let this get me down. I refuse to allow this to destroy me. It will make me stronger and better when I return. You need to declare clearly what it is that you stand for. You're defending your aspirations as well as your mental health. You are advocating for well-being. You'll stop at nothing to achieve what you truly desire. It won't be simple at all. It's difficult to make changes when you want to. If it was really that simple, everyone would do it. But you'll give it your best if you're sincere. Yes, I will make things right in this scenario. I refuse to take a seat back and lament what went wrong, who did what, and what transpired. I'm going to take action in this regard. The second crucial point is to anticipate that things will improve for you, because they will. See, the cycle of life. You're not. Whatever you are going through at the moment is not permanent. It has arrived only to pass through, not to remain. It is merely passing through. Being aware of what's going on presents the largest challenge. This is a portion of the entity we refer to as life. This will also pass, and keeping things in perspective and keeping perspective. I spent 2 days at a college conducting orientation and instructing students in my area of expertise. I provide motivational speeches, but I also lead workshops in personal dynamics that help clients experience shifts in their perceptions of themselves by activating both the left and right hemispheres of their brains. With these young children, who are 17 and 18, I ran this specific simulation so they could start to learn how they make decisions and how they would live. During this specific simulation procedure, which we asked them to complete individually, almost 30% of them wrote down that their first course of action, if they wanted to survive, would be to commit suicide. The first item they noted was the 300% rise in youth suicide. This year, more than 5,000 people will successfully end their lives. Why? Why did it act in that way? They stand up for. I expressed my shock. What do you mean? I asked. At least we wouldn't suffer then. Then after committing suicide, they had the audacity to list all the other things they planned to do. Listen, Kadumbo, no, I said. The game is done when you find a long-term solution for a short-term issue. And that's it. Nothing will be done by you. Suicide was written at the top by anyone. You may now set down your pencil. See, many of us start to believe that we have no options because of our narrow self-perception, which causes many of us to concentrate on issues and let them consume us. We start to think there's no way out. Say that again with me. There's always a way. A willing person can achieve their goals. Say, I'm unstoppable as you shake hands with people on your right and left. It's necessary for you to tell yourself things like, I'm unstoppable. This won't depress me, and I'm going to be like Leo Pascal if I fall to the ground. You mentioned that while you would experience terrible points in life, they will also be followed by high points. What are some of the things you can accomplish in this time frame when you work on yourself? Take walks and engage in self-care activities. Simply take a walk to allow yourself to ponder on life and on yourself. Smelling the roses as you go, gazing and appreciating the universe. Play some lively music. Music that uplifts you. All I have are goods. I use a few different techniques to help me refuel. I know that unexpected things will happen, therefore I'm getting ready for that. My very close friend passed away recently. I had a personal agenda. There will be times when you feel depressed and don't want to get out of bed, but I have books that I read that uplift me and audio recordings that energize me. All you want to do is stay put. You won't always want to leave the house. You may occasionally feel unwell and have no idea why. What's not right? I'm not sure. Please just leave me alone. What caused that to occur? I'm not sure. We call it life. Additionally, accept complete accountability for your life. Accept your current situation and the responsibilities it will take to get you where you want to go. It has been claimed that we have two main options in life. Either we accept things as they are, or we assume responsibility for making changes. You see, a lot of people wish to avoid accepting accountability. Every time you see them, all they want to do is talk about the issue. They will tell you their story again and again and again. No. You desire to accept accountability for your life. I'm in this situation now. I know how to get out of this, and I will. I refuse to be a willing victim. There are two types of people in the world, according to George Bernard Shaw. He mentioned three groups of people: those who create events, those who see them, and others who are unaware of their occurrences. He continued, saying that those who are happy in this life search for the conditions they desire. They create them if they are unable to locate them. They produce them. As a result, deciding that your acquired behavior pattern is ineffective for you is a necessary first step in starting to unstick yourself. You must adapt your tactics. And altering your approach entails constructing a new life for yourself, and you are capable of doing that. You have the choice to determine that you will alter that. You will not be a coward. You have the choice to choose to resist life. You can choose to live every day as though it were my last. It is up to you to decide what to do. You can decide whether or not I work on and grow personally. I will empower myself. Furthermore, everything that is currently going on with me is only a brief annoyance. They cannot outmuscle me. Here, I'm in command. The next step is to keep your identity and actions apart. That is the essence of the guilt trap. You see, a lot of people would never let you forget your past behaviors or your mistakes. Everybody has erred occasionally in life. We've all done things that we wouldn't do again if we could go back and change them. There are many things that I would have done differently if I could go back in time and know what I know now. That is, in fact, how it happened. And you refer to that as life. That's not how I did it. You don't want me to forget it, is that right? You want to continue criticizing what I did by putting that in my face. What do you think? I have no interest in it. I won't do it today. I didn't do it then. Thus, you are disparaging a defenseless man. Hi there. So as you're making a complete overhaul of your life, put down in writing what kind of person you want to be. What obstacles do you need to overcome? Which of your personality traits are liabilities for you? And which ones you know you'll have to change? What advantages do you have? What qualities do you have in abundance? To make that assessment, take a close look at and evaluate yourself. Another is that we require coaching in order to break free from a rut. Locate a few dependable critics, people who, genuinely love and care about you. Certain things prevent us from moving forward and breaking free from our ruts. First of all, we can relate to feedback. We regard it as personal. Tell us about our blind spots when someone wants to provide us some criticism on our shortcomings. We desire for everyone to think well of us. We are not flawless. It aches. A friend of mine is a reliable critic. Though I adore him, I don't like him. I don't get the information I want to hear from him. He gives me the information I need to advance. It aches. When he puts me on the defensive, it hurts. It's intolerable to me. However, that's the only way I can develop. And I'm happy he loves me enough to put our friendship at jeopardy in order to give me the information I need, not the information I desire. Find a support group, someone to talk to, and possibly even folks going through a similar situation. Support groups are a very effective way to share some of the difficulties you're facing. And there may be instances where one individual can offer you insight into how they manage a particular circumstance, open doors for you, and start to generate ideas for solving the issue. We cannot develop on our own. We grow from people and projects. As I have said, the other is a matter of life. You cannot alter the past, but you can interpret and reinterpret how you view it when things happen to you or when you allow things to use you. Years ago, I was performing interviews in foster homes for adoption agencies while carrying a tremendous burden and felt guilty about being adopted. And during one of my TV appearances, I revealed to the audience that my twin brother and I were being given away when we were just 6 weeks old. Luckily, a friend of mine who was watching the show remarked, "Let's have lunch together." I then proceeded to visit her. According to her, a woman automatically and naturally learns to love her unborn child, to expect it to arrive when she endures agony, and to bring it into the world after carrying it for 9 months and experiencing the movement of life within her. Mamie Brown, your mom, didn't go through that procedure when she came to adopt you too. "I'll take them," she murmured, glancing at whatever your original mother was. You were not distributing less. You were picked with affection, under the same conditions and for the same reason, but with a new meaning that gives me more power. Do I understand? Thus, when you start to reflect on your past, interpret it in a way that will strengthen you. I used to be over there. I'm not at that place right now. I'm currently growing. I want you to focus on this moment right now in your head. Consider a specific act or event in your life that you truly regret happened and for which you feel terrible. You would act differently if you had to start over. After that, I want you to see yourself and tell yourself, "I forgive myself and I love myself unconditionally. I would have performed better if I had known better." I would like you to consider someone that has upset you, disappointed you, or that you simply don't like. Allow me to share some insight into the mind and how it manipulates you. Tell you about something really dumb I used to do. Do you know that I loathed my parents for years, for whatever reason, since I felt at the time that they had abandoned me? And what do you know? Since I never saw any of them, I had no face for the anger. I told them that's why I hated them. After I expressed my forgiveness, I said, "It's okay. I consider my mother to be the best mother in the world. And I would never have had her if they hadn't given me away. The universe so proceeds as it ought to." However, when I was attempting to visualize these people and going through the process of forgiving them, I recall seeing two persons standing there in my head without faces because I had no idea what they looked like. However, I let go of that. I released that bag. Consider someone you have intentionally or unintentionally disappointed, someone you have wounded, or someone who has intentionally or unintentionally hurt you. Consider them, someone you truly, truly care about. The room goes red when you think of them. Say, "I forgive you," while you gaze at them in your thoughts. "I completely forgive you." That's a big burden to look at, boy. I murmured to myself, "Wait a minute, I can't." As I considered that guy, "No, you're not aware of what this man has done. This was my mother. You have no idea what we endured." "Les pardon," my student said. "Give it up. You had best forgive someone if you want to be forgiven. We are all fallible. We've all erred from time to time. Errors. It wasn't simple either. It's difficult to forgive. Do I have this right? It's challenging. You see, everyone is willing to pardon. I forgive, they say, but I never forget. Let it go now so you can develop. Here, let's do a quick demonstration. Raise it up for this side of the room. Correct? Present it in this manner. Come on, let's go. I let go of resentment, guilt, and negative ideas. Shame. Anything preventing me from moving forward. Now let's bring something in with that right hand. I bring in a ton of money, love, harmony, and healthy relationships. I'm not sure why, but whenever we talk about something, folks tend to get louder. They do become serious after all. Do you understand what I mean? Moreover, most people utilize more than one hand. They try to utilize two hands and take hold of other people's hands. Reinterpreting our past. Realizing and accepting that we are able to get past our current situation so that we may start creating the kind of life that makes us feel happy, powerful, and able to own who we are. Realizing this when we start to discover new lives, views, and horizons. Then When we start to put more effort into growing as individuals, when we start to stand out from the herd and become independent thinkers, then we should discipline and set aside our emotional self. It's not simple. But what happens when you practice some more? Not at all. Take that belief system apart. Improvement comes from practice. There's always room for improvement. You are always capable of surpassing your past achievements. You'll never achieve flawlessness. You constantly exceed your actions. Thus, the only thing you're searching for is fresh innovations. You will get better and better and better with practice. Furthermore, there are still some things that will happen to you and catch you off guard in unexpected ways. Though you won't be out cold, you will be knocked down. You'll be able to stand up once more and grasp the ropes. When you work on yourself, though, you recover quickly. Of course, read books that inspire you and play cassettes that start and stick with you. Individuals who will give you power. People who will support you in your journey to change your life and make you feel good about who you are. Life is so lovely. Someone gave me a book today called What is Life? I want to give it to you. In short, breaking free from a state of stagnation entails taking charge of your life and not merely coasting through each day. That you possess a special power and that you are aware that things will improve for you. That you are excited about your future and that you are energized. You're capable of handling this, you know, and you have to cry sometimes. Even if life can knock you to your knees, there will still be moments of joy in your heart despite the sorrow. Someone once said, life is like an onion, and I really enjoy it. Peeling it one layer at a time requires tears at times. The author stated that life is a challenge, that it is a gift, that it is an adventure, that it is daring to face sadness, that it is an overcoming tragedy, that it is a duty, and that it is a plan of action. Life is an enigma revealed. Sing it, live it, take it, live it as a voyage finished. Life is a song. You have a promise in life. Keep it. Praise be to life, for it is beautiful. Life is a battle. Fight it. It's a goal. Reach it. Solve the puzzle that is life. Isn't that lovely? I adore that. Recall anything I learned in my high school years. It's titled, Today I Met a Man. I initially claimed that he was Irish because of his genuine warmth and sympathy, which come from his Irish heritage. Then I realized, oh no, he's not. He is a Jew, in fact. His expressive dark eyes, similar to prayerful eyes, similar to Peter's perhaps, or even Emmanuel maybe. He exuded peaceful grace as he stood there. He was really thin, tall as well. I was aware that he was English and not Jewish at all. Still, he had extremely light skin. He might be a Viking, like the people who threw their ships against the wind. His hair had an Indian misty color. Japan. China was courteous to his dignity. Iran. Today I met this delightfully fair man. He was indeed a divine child. He appeared out of nowhere. This is the infant boy that Mamie Brown misses. Sing. It's been a privilege as well as a very satisfying pleasure. I'm grateful to everyone. Life may not be fair, but that doesn't mean you can't achieve greatness. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow stronger, to learn, and to rise above. Don't wait for life to hand you what you deserve. Go out and take it. Be proactive, be relentless, and be determined in your pursuit of success. Remember, action is the antidote to despair. When you take action, you regain control over your life. You become the architect of your own destiny. No matter how unfair life may seem, you have the power to change your circumstances. It's not about what happens to you, but how you respond to it. So stand up, take charge, and make things happen. Don't let the unfairness of life hold you back. Use it as fuel to propel yourself forward. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a step toward a better, more fulfilling life. It's time to take action. It's time to show life that you are not defined by your setbacks, but by your comebacks. You have the strength, the resilience, and the determination to achieve your dreams. Don't wait for life to be fair. Make it fair through your actions. The time is now. Take action and create the life you deserve.